And somehow it's another Sunday. Sunday the 16th. Sunday the 16th of October. And in today's exciting action-packed episode of the Sunday Message, I captured kind of a morning with a beautiful sunrise, but it was red. And the old phrase, just, it's an old cliche, but it's true. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky at morning, sailor take warning. And the fall is really progressing. The leaves are coming off the trees. The wind has been kicking up. It's kind of a weird thing. Like one day it's like really windy and blowy and stormy, and we had rain. And then the next day it's absolutely crystal clear and calm. And it's just the whole process of autumn here in the North Country. And so in this particular episode, I recorded on Thursday, the whatever day that was, the 13th, I think, and of October, and captured the sunrise, then went over to the leased farm and started doing some work over there that I hadn't finished the day before. And it started just blowing and the rain started, and so I did the Sunday Message in my car. And I think it's a good one. As I watch back, it's always like, oh, I could have said it different, but that's why these are the way they are, because I don't script them, I don't write out a sermon, and there are various threads that kind of emerge and come together. And so that's what this is. And today's featured song is This Too Shall Pass, which I recorded in the fall of 2019 when I first actually moved here to my dad's house and started this whole crazy idea of recording all my songs in my basement studio and starting a farm. So, and a farm church, someplace where I can use my music and my gift to open my mouth and flap my lips and have stuff come out in a way that is hopefully positive, hopefully inspiring, hopefully at the very least keeps me on track and gives me something. Hi boys. Gives me something that I can look back on as the years go by and see, oh, I am making progress, because sometimes it just seems like I'm not. And I'm sure we all feel that way. So if you feel that way, just start making a list of all the things you have done and accomplished. But without further introduction from me, let's jump into this week's Sunday Message. Peace, love, and grooviness. And I'll see you at the end real quick to say goodbye and to wish you a wonderful week to come. Here we go. Boom. Oh man, we have some serious weather coming in, and I'm not quite done with, I set the boy sheep up for the new area yesterday, but wow, the wind is really blowing. It's at my back right now, but flying through. I'm gonna get to work. I often share beautiful, quiet, calm moments out here. The camera almost was blown out of my hand. This is not one of them. All right, well, last night, it was getting late and I didn't have time to put in the step-in posts, which I use to reinforce the netting wherever it sags. And the whole premise being we got to keep the sheep safe from the coyotes, and the netting is what's our main tool at this point, since we don't have guardian dogs. And the weather's coming, people. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, but we're supposed to have a 100% chance of rain, and we need it. Grateful for the rain. Just hoping other areas of the country that have been really hit by the drought get some rain too. And just looking at where the girl sheep are over there, basically they have maybe a day left before they start overgrazing the area I put them in. And then so I'm gonna start feeding hay, which I didn't really want to do, but it's my first year, so till I get some serious grass growing here and have the ability to move the animals off it while it's regrowing, either to another farm or, you know, another area of this farm. I mean, there will be plenty here for the number of animals I have, but it's also time to think about scaling up, because this is not a hobby, people. I am at age 61 attempting to develop an income doing something I like to do that makes a positive difference in the world, that I enjoy the fruits of, that I enjoy every day, so that I can continue to record my music the way I want to record it and not spare a moment for record companies or the music industry or any of that crap. And I want to connect with people like you who appreciate what I'm doing. And, you know, not everybody's into it. A lot of people, you know, like if you're into NASCAR and, I don't know, rap music, maybe you won't dig what I'm doing. But there's a lot of people out here, the quiet people, the people who think deeply, who feel intensely, who look around and go, you know, there's a lot we could be doing in small ways. Each one of us can do something to combat climate change or to support a future for our species. But me, you know, sometimes I'm like, why are we bothering? We should just get out of the way and let nature continue. But that's only on negative days. On positive days, we have to dig down deep sometimes and maybe turn off the news for a couple of days. Because the news, like, I'm addicted to the news now. Like, I didn't listen or watch the news for 30 years. Like, I would hear about events, big events from people who were like, oh my God, did you see the thing on the Challenger explosion? The whole World Trade Center. I never watched that. I was never traumatized by that. I saw it as it happened, as I was checking out of a hotel lobby. My son Andrew and I had done a college gig, and the college gig was all about peace and tolerance. And then the World Trade Center hit, and then the world changed dramatically for quite a while. And that happens over and over and over again. We have big events that change the way we perceive the world. And it's just like the weather. Stuff moves through, and there's often sunshine and nice weather in between the storms, right? Storms are a fact of life. Still learning how much the animals eat in a day. Still learning all of these things. And that's what I love. I love to learn. I've taught myself title insurance, futures commodities trading, full-time storyteller at one point, going to schools, doing drum songs and stories. You can check out my drumsongstory.com website. I've been teaching myself. I studied and learned hypnosis and neurolinguistics so that I could clear all the crap that was holding me down and holding me back. And I'm still working on that, because that's never over. And what else? I tried to be a motivational speaker for a while, but that somehow that didn't feel authentic. I attempted to get my music out into the New Thought community and the Unity Church, national scene, but couldn't even get people to nominate my songs for the Posy Awards. The only song that ever got through was Riley O'Neill singing Together We Could Change the World, and I'm so grateful that it did. But as a white male singer-songwriter, it's like I am one of the least interesting demographics in the world. Oh, well, life goes on. So now I'm teaching myself how to record my music. I'm teaching myself how to play bass and drums. And I have studied African percussion, but I've never studied the drum set. And I suck at it. But so I'm just playing the drums, and I love playing the drums. It's what I wanted as a kid. All my life, I wanted to play the drums. And my mom kept moving me to other instruments because she didn't want to hear the drums in the house. She didn't want a drummer practicing in the house. She wanted someone practicing piano or guitar. That was okay. So this whole process is a process of learning. And if you don't like to learn, then you're not cut out for being a farmer, right? Particularly if you want to learn a new way of farming that actually doesn't cripple you by forcing you to buy inputs. And by inputs, there's a pun. By inputs, we mean fertilizers and, heavy equipment and chemicals, that kind of stuff. And most modern fertilizers are chemicals, right? And the land doesn't, it's like putting a cast on someone with a broken leg and then never taking it off, So we become dependent on inputs. And this whole idea of farming, from Joel Salatin to Greg Judy to the third prophet I'm going to introduce to you soon, is all about, well, what if we set it up so that it kind of does what it's supposed to do, and then we're just kind of facilitating it? What if we did that? What kinds of returns could we get? What kind of resistance or resilience is the word I'm looking for. What kind of resilience can we build into our system in case of drought, in case of really cold weather, in case of heavy snows, in case of icing, in case of this or that or the other thing? And to be using hay as a backup and to bring someone else's minerals to your land through the hay and seeds and carbon. So you're feeding your animals, you're creating a place for them to lie down, particularly in the winter where it's, not wet. You're feeding the microbes as the hay gets worked into the soil and broken down. You're creating a sponge so that the surface of the soil absorbs more rain, thereby slowing it down, thereby holding it. That's a whole shift in mindset. And the bottom line is it works. But it takes time, takes effort, and it takes the ability, which I'm not sure I have, it takes the ability to take what the people around you, the locals who aren't doing it this way, will say to you. And that's why you need a mentor like Greg Judy or Joel Salatin or the soon-to-be-revealed other prophet. So it's Thursday today. It's been a busy week. I went to a wedding last weekend where my niece married a wonderful man whose family is from Bangladesh. And sitting at the wedding made me feel hopeful that we can learn to get along, people. Can't we learn to get along? That different cultures, different religions, different ideas and mindsets can finally, in our smaller world, we can rub shoulders with each other and realize, oh, it's not us and them, it's us. It's not us and them, it's us, right? So, as a Sunday message today, I'm just trying to capture this as it comes, as thoughts come to me, because that's what I do. A song comes in, I put everything down and start working on the song. Or it seems like whatever I'm supposed to be doing, the most urgent thing gets done. And there are often things I haven't done. And my job is to figure out ways to get them done or get other people to do them or find what I can delegate, what I love the most. And so I highly recommend, if you have an opportunity, to find a good coach. I'm not a coach because I'm just learning myself. If you can learn from me and my mistakes, great. But go to a Greg Judy grazing school, go to Polyface Farm, sign up for one of their events, get to know these people, Greg Judy and Joel Salatin, personally. So if you truly want help doing this, if this has been a dream of yours, find a coach, but choose a good one. Choose someone who's actually innovating and living it and doing it. Don't just follow somebody who's like, my family's been farming for 7 generations and this is the way we've always done it. Here's my big tractor. Here's my manure digester. Here's my run. Those guys are great and nothing against them. They're doing something incredibly hard. Their margins are like 1%. So if they spend $100, they make $1, right? Most capitalist ventures, you're really aiming for 50%, right? A really good one, you can make 75% margin, right? Because it's not how much you make, it's how much you get to keep. And that's true for a church. That's true for a preschool. That's true for a nursing home. That's true for absolutely everything we do in this capitalist system. Now, maybe you don't like capitalism. This is not the place to discuss that. Let's deal with reality. In order to pay our rent, to buy our clothes, to put food on the table, to take care of our bodies, we need money. Bottom line. But how we get that money is infinite. There are infinite possibilities. And if you don't like what you're doing, or if your business is beating you up, you need to find a better way to do it or do something else. Anyway, that's my talk. Okay, that's it. Fine. There might be a song. I don't know, but I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to send out prayers. I'm going to send out prayers to the people who are struggling. There's a lot of us sending out prayers to people who are dealing with ill health, people who are dealing with the aging process, people who are dealing with the heartbreaking symptoms of Alzheimer's, that you see a loved one just becoming something else, and the grieving and the pain of that and the sleepless nights. I send out prayers to you from my heart. This is the human condition, people. In the Buddhist tradition, they accept that in old age, I think Thich Nhat Hanh talked about this when he was, battling cancer or becoming less well. And one of the best things we can do to take care of ourselves in old age is to eat the kind of food that isn't toxic, to eat clean food that has been raised or grown in organic soil by people who are not using chemicals, because we're so exposed to chemicals. So everything I do is a prayer. Everything I'm committed to do is a prayer. My songs are prayers that I send out into the world. And I hope you'll listen to them with an ear. It might not even be your kind of music, but the things that I'm saying in my songs, if you even just play them in the background, they will help to replace negative thinking patterns. And so everything I do is a prayer, and I'm sending it out to you. I'm sending it out to anyone you send these videos to. And that's it. That's it for now. Peace, love, grooviness. Amen.
dandelion seed takes to the wind without a clue to its end. The blades of grass bow low to the early snow as they teach us how to bend. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. All my life I was told to do as I was told. All my life they said, to earn your daily bread, we'll give you paper dollars for your gold. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. All my life I was told I was too young, I was too old. What they should have said is that we're too soon dead, so you might as well be bold. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. All my life I've been alone and never felt like I was home. All my life they said, it's all in your head, but I feel it in my bones. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. The dandelion seed takes to the wind without a clue to its end. The blades of grass bow low to the early snow as they teach us how to bend. This too shall pass. shall pass.
Hey boys, that's my boys. That's my boys. So I hope you enjoyed the Sunday message and the song "This Too Shall Pass." And it's always in autumn. There's a kind of it's beautiful, and it's a little bittersweet. There's a little sadness that okay, the summer's over and we're gonna head into another winter. But at the same time, there's also kind of a certain excitement that at least I used to feel as a kid that Christmas is coming, right? And so I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for subscribing, for giving me a thumbs up, for leaving a comment below. Those comments mean so much to me, and I do try to respond to every single one. Sometimes I get distracted and I get back to it a little later, but I do check, and I really appreciate. Where'd those guys go? Oh, they're way over there. I do appreciate you so much, and I continually send out my prayers and appreciate all the support and encouragement that you have been sending me. And if you are interested in pastured pork or organic lamb in the winter, I will be harvesting some of the animals, and to know that they were raised with love, that they were raised as closely to nature's way as possible. And the time is coming. Winter is upon us. It's coming soon. And so things will change, and I'll be recording more songs, and I have 2 songs that are almost ready to release. And so be looking for an official music video pretty soon. And I think that's it. And I'll leave you with maybe some couple of animals looking cute or something. All right. Peace, love, grooviness, over and out. Boom. Amen. If you can just see, I just did like 4 passes. This here is what's under that. I mowed all the brushy stuff, and that's the way it works. We have stillness, we have good weather, we have storms. Life on planet Earth, people. Never the same. Different all the time. Different all the time.